you ever feel alone in the culture war, or see everything around you crumbling to ashes and dust, and you're kind of tired of it, but you feel like there's no one out there that would support you? Well, I've got 3 sites that actually might change your mind. So first we have MetaPCs. MetaPCs is a fantastic PC making company. They'll have pre-mades, they'll have all sorts of customs that you can make. You can get cases, possibly engravings and all that type of stuff. Like whatever you want, they can get it working for you. And they've got some pretty snazzy stuff. So check out MetaPCs. You can use the Geeks and Gamers code, which is 199, in order to get a percentage off of whatever you want to purchase. Check them out. Another one that's also really good is DEG Mods. DEG Mods and Ayaka Mods, which I will show you in a second, both share a common enemy in Nexus Mods. So if you've ever tried modding a game, Nexus Mods has been more pro-censorship and not allowing you, the gamer, to pick what you want to pick, play what you want to play, and mod your game the way you want to mod your game, because they don't believe you have the right because it might be politically inconvenient for them. So both DEG Mods and Ayaka Mods are both alternatives, and there are others, but these are the 2 main ones that I've heard about that can definitely change your view on who's out there and who's supporting what you yourself are looking for in any type of game or otherwise. Modding sites can be not safe for work, so please use your own discernment and know that you're not alone. There are other people like myself and Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, and the hundreds if not thousands of other channels that are trying to do something good in the YouTube sphere against this pretty nasty counter-stroke against us. So check out those 3 sites if you are interested in supporting those that support us. I make no money off of this. This is purely because I support what they do. So have a great day. Welcome, my friends and enemies. Glad you are here, and the mic is still with me, surprisingly or not. Today is a fantabulous day. Yes, Lanfear, I know. You love me. I love you too. Sorry, cat. Or, you know better yet, it's a good day. Let's show the cat on stream. Yep, she's happy too. Anyway, sorry, cat distraction. Today is a stupendous day. Yes, I said stupendous. It is a word. It's a fantabulous day. Also another word. We are potentially leading into a great moment in video game history, and it's not confirmed 100% guaranteed to happen, but it is going to start a conversation in which we can all kind of hopefully unanimously agree that we love video games and we don't want them to be erased from history. That should be a non-controversial topic from gamers. There are some who do fight this, but be as it may, most of the time, excluding some devs, because I'm sure there are devs who want their games to be preserved as well so that people can still enjoy them because they just love games. They're passionate about games. So I'm not going to say every dev is like that, but there are some devs who just want you to buy the next product and prepare to consume the next product after that. And they want their games to die off so that you have to be forced to buy the new stuff. Nintendo, anyone? But be as it may, it's still a good day. And you might ask, why? Why, dear questioners, is this a wonderful, fantabulous, stupendous day? Absolutely smashing. Well, let me tell you. I'm glad you asked. Stop Killing Games has broken the 1,000,000 milestone. It's a great day. It is a fantabulous, stupendous, absolutely smashing day. And it's going a little bit in overdrive. There's pun intended. Now, when I started this recording, overdrive was at 12%. So it's already gone up since I've started recording this. Now, do I think it'll get to 1.4 million? Probably not. It wouldn't hurt, but probably not. I think once people see, oh, we've hit the mark, we've hit the meter, it'll slow down quite a bit. Now, I would like this to keep going by quite a bit, a couple 100,000 over, just in case there might be a few bad apples in there somewhere for someone trying to potentially sabotage it by declaring all this stuff as, false signings of people and petitions of people who don't actually live in the EU or something of that nature. So if it goes over, it's better to be safe than sorry. So I would recommend, if you live in the EU and you care about Stop Killing Games and does the initiative and starting the conversation in the EU, I'm assuming Parliament, that you want them to consider protecting gamers and the products they own. I wish it was retroactive, but apparently it is not going to equate to retroactive behavior, but it should, because basically, not necessarily it should, but as much as anything that has been discontinued by the developers, it just turns into abandonware. I'd be okay with that, because abandonware means anybody can use it, you just can't sell it. And if that's the case, I'd be completely fine with that too, because then I could play the games that Nintendo would have a bad day with us getting in our old systems and being like, oh, you took it away from me, but not anymore. But yes, it'd be great. So, Stop Killing Games being at the milestone it needs to pretty much petition properly in, I think it's like 11 countries or something, 7 to 11 countries. I think it's 11 countries. However many countries are in the EU, I don't even know. Finland has been doing some overtime. They have like 400% of their constituents required for the petition, so that they did the most so far that I can tell, at least out of their particular area. So all the other countries were 300% or below of their particular percentage of population. So Finland, you guys are legends. Everybody else who did it, you also legends, but they worked overtime for Finland, and I don't think Finland's that populated, but they care. And I gotta say, the northern EU really cares. The southern EU doesn't seem to care nearly as much, but there are some surprising spots. So congratulations to you guys as well. Where do we go from here? At this point, I think we have still a couple weeks left for Stop Killing Games to be done with as a petition, and then it gets put forth in front of actual bureaucrats and politicians and whatnot in the EU to begin the proceedings of understanding what needs to be done, like actually taking a look at it and pulling up the magnifying glass and saying, what is going on here? And we can provide more of a direct, like, this is what we would like. Now, I would like to take this time to extend a more friendly gesture towards Pirate Software, even though I doubt he'll see this, but if he does happen to see this and he does happen to care about the conversation in any shape or form, which I know he's not been particularly fond of it as of late, but for this I'd take a different route. I would say, would you like to sit down potentially with Ross from Accursed Farms, and you guys can hash out your concerns versus what is actually being presented? Because I don't believe that you understood the actual process, and Ross has responded to you because of that. And I know you were tired of hearing this, but I'd like to hear the actual plan you have in place, that you're like, if I could do this, this is what I would do. So if that's the case, I will do my best to get a hold of Ross, however I can manage to do so, and we can have a sit down and have a conversation, and you can explain to Ross and everyone else who supports Stop Killing Games what you think could be wrong with the movement, potential outcomes, anything of that nature. After hearing what Ross explains the process and everything, and then you have a proper understanding of what he's trying to put forth, and then you can be like, well, here's some concerns I have, and we could sit down and have a fruitful discussion, and we can let bygones be bygones. We can push it the way it needs to be, in order to benefit both gamers and devs, if necessary, because the devs are not many devs are in the goodwill category. Let's put it that way. A lot of them are in the not so great category, and we can go into all the details of all the different things. But that's an offer on the table. If you prefer somebody else set up the deal, reach out to them. I mean, I'll reach out to them if I have to, but reach out to them and we'll figure something out. But that would be the benefit of all gamers and developers. I mean, one could say screw the publishers because, I mean, the publishers very rarely are on our side. But needless to say, we can try to find something that would work for everybody in the best of ways we possibly can as gamers and for our love of games, which I hope the developers care as much about games as the gamers do, because that's what they're making them for, is the gamers. So that's all I wanted to say on that front. Anyway, it's a very fantabulous, stupendous, absolutely smashing day, and I'm looking forward to hear good news on the EU front, and hopefully that will be the ripple that shapes the rest of the known world in terms of how game developers have to make their games and whatnot, and preparing everyone with an end of life plan of some shape or form. That would be the ideal scenario. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks everybody for hanging out and watching. Remember to check out Crimson Law for all your anime fun loving facts and reviews on different animes. He has a live stream on Saturday nights, and he covers all the weekly animes he's watched. And check out Unbearable Matt 73. He does stuff on wrestling, on movie reviews. He also guest appearances on several streams. So check out his channel. Both of them should be in the main page as well as in the description below. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Remember, my friends, walk in the light.